Go Blue, everyone. Coming up tonight, we've got an exclusive interview with recent Michigan commit Bear McWhorter, and we've got the continuation of our Way Too Early series. And what was up with that Michigan State scrum going on in basketball? It's all coming up next on Michigan Wolverines Live. And there we go. It's time for another episode of Michigan Wolverines Live. It's Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. I'm John Diadamo, and I'm going to be your host here tonight. It's episode 190. We are getting ever so closer to the 200th show. That's going to be very exciting. We are coming to you live from a couple of different places. Okay, we're coming to you live from YouTube, Twitch, X, and on your commute. If you can't catch us live, a great way to also listen to the show, as people are doing all over the world, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart. If you're a fan of podcasts, you like audio, those are great ways to check out our content, our Tuesday and Thursday shows, and our Point a Minute show as well. So go ahead and do that. And if you like the content, go ahead and leave a rating or review. That would be really awesome. As you come in, of course, hit that like button. It just takes a second and it's free. So you might as well hit the subscribe to get notified when we're live, and share this out with at least one friend. Let people know we're live. Go ahead and the YouTube link that you have, if you're on YouTube, just share that around with your community, with your message boards, with your Discord chats, with your friends, your neighbors, your whatever, friends, family. That would be great, especially because we do have a special guest tonight. Send us a super chat if you want to make sure your comment or question is read on screen, or if you'd like to ask Bear a question, go ahead and send us a super chat. And then to join us, as we do each and every Tuesday, it's TJ in the house. Go Blue. Big show tonight. Great to have you as always.
Hey, go Blue. Can't wait. Very excited for this interview. We got a lot to talk about. Definitely have a take on the Michigan State scrum or fiasco, whatever you want to call it. We'll figure it out. But we have a hell of a show here. And shout out to everybody watching the show, in the community. Looking forward to this one, man.
Absolutely. We got the new life here, who's fired up for the spring game, fired up to meet us. So that's pretty cool.
We'll be there.
And go Blue. We will be there. Jackson Johnson, a.k.a. Double J, is in the house. He's promoting our special guest as well. Always appreciate you, Jackson. Marmar's here, who's also a mod, a YouTube member as well. Ryan Hall's here. We got Courtney here. That's my lady. We got Nathan. We got lots of people. And thanks, Douglas, for that. That's really cool. We just started the new intro recently. So yeah, thanks to everybody for showing up and being here for tonight's show. Really do appreciate it a lot.
Let's pull up this one too, John.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, he knows the deal. He knows the deal.
Well, I mean, I think that's a pretty great way to bring on our special guest. So we've got very excited to have Michigan commit, very recent commit, Bear McWhorter, 4-star offensive tackle, on the show. Bear, go Blue, and welcome to Michigan. Very excited that you're
yes, sir. Committed. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, we're like we're talking about behind the scenes here. We are thrilled to have you part of the class. You fit the mold. You have the Michigan DNA already in you with your play style and your approach to the game. So yeah, man. I mean, so how about this? Before we get into our questions and stuff, let the fan base kind of know about you a little bit. Tell us about Bear McWhorter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Kingston, Georgia. I lived here my whole life. Grew up playing football. And was blessed to receive some scholarship offers pretty early on. Got a really early jump in my recruiting process, and figured things out, and this is where I am at today.
Absolutely. So what made you get into football, though? How'd you get interested in that?
I was kind of born into it. My dad played college ball at Furman. It's an FCS spot in South Carolina. And, I started playing when I was 4 years old, I think. And I always actually played up a grade level because I had all my friends and my cousin was a year older than me. And so like I was 6 years old playing 8U football and all my other like kids my age were playing down like 6U. And then when I was 8, I was playing 10U. And so I would say that kind of like threw me into the fire a little bit. Like I definitely struggled a lot through that. But I think that's what made me who I am today. Just like once I finally got to middle school and started playing my grade level, I was like, well, this is kind of easy compared to what I've been doing. And I think that just kept translating through high school and everything. And I fell in love with football, and there's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
Love it. Yeah. Just came naturally to you. You just picked it up a lot easier than other sports.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So whether it's football or others, every athlete has influences in their lives, right? So who are some of the people that you looked up to for inspiration growing up?
Just as a football fan, like watching Lamar Jackson at Louisville, that was probably like what really got me into watching football and getting to actually understand the game. And there's a few guys like Saquon Barkley when he was at Penn State is another one. Growing up a Bama fan, just a ton of those guys like Minka Fitzpatrick, Mari Cooper, a lot of offensive linemen they've had. I would say those are the guys that I was able to sit down on a couch and watch football and be like, man, this is pretty cool. And that's what made me want to keep going and take it to the next level and get on that stage one day.
Absolutely. Was there an offensive lineman you ever molded your game after, or you thought was, you really liked the way they played?
There's a few. One that I really like is Trent Williams, and he's one. I think this is more of an offensive line thing, but people know you can't really model your game after what he does because he's just that much different. Yeah. But just the intensity he plays with and the nastiness he brings, like that's just what I want to bring to the table every play.
Absolutely. So let's talk about that nastiness that you bring. For the fans who don't know you, they haven't watched your film yet, they're not familiar with your play style. Let them know what they can expect from you and what you bring to the field, man.
I think the biggest thing is just you can pick out a random play out of any game, and it's all going to look the same. I put together my highlight tape and everything, but those are just the clips that I feel like stuck out the very most. I think you look at any single play, I'm going to be blocking through the whistle. I'm going to be doing everything I can to put a dude in the ground.
There it is right there.
That's just how I play football. Exactly.
Yeah. Like, one thing that I noticed with your film, you have a 10.5-minute highlight tape, man.
Yes, sir.
Where when you look at some of these prospects, sometimes it's like 3 minutes, maybe 4. And then you ask yourself, well, where's the rest of it, right? What else is going on? So when you have like a player of your caliber that has 10 minutes of highlight film, and like you even said, it's not even everything. It's just what you kind of grab. You're dominating. You were just dominating the competition. And you can see it with, like, one of the things I loved about your film, sometimes you're blocking your guy further than where the running back gets. Like, you're literally grabbing your guy 10, 15 yards, and the running back's like 2 yards behind you. So, yeah, I mean, the physical place, this is smash football. This is Shrowmore football. You will blend and fit in very well with our culture. I mean, and listen, man, you bring this mentality to Columbus, you're gonna get a lot of victories down there, man. You're gonna get a lot of victories in that game. Yes, I'll be honest, like between us and our fans, they can't handle it, man.
Yeah, smash mentality, right? You're coming at a great time, and obviously with Bryce Underwood, with some of the talent that's coming in alongside you, they're going to need the protection. They're going to need somebody who can win the matchups up front, and I feel like that's why they brought you on, and I think that's really exciting. And TJ mentioned the culture, right? And so you posted this today on Instagram about the legacy of excellence for offensive linemen, with some of the most famous offensive linemen that are posted here. And so with that said, obviously your name is Bear, right? And so there's some inspiration there in the Alabama side of things, right? And so a lot of us, and I'll say I was one, and TJ can speak for himself, but with that and some of the crystal balls, we were like, hey, he might be headed the other way. But something inspired you to decide to commit to the legacy of excellence at Michigan. So walk us through just what inspired you to pick Michigan, and maybe what some of the recruiting journey was like, to really open your eyes and be like, oh wow, this could actually be a really good option for me.
I think, like, honestly, I really knew that Michigan was where I needed to be at after I came up and visited in January. That Friday night, I got to spend the whole night with a bunch of the mid-year guys, and we were just sitting around. We had pizza, and then we went over to the hockey game. We were all just hanging out. And then the next morning, we got to watch them lift, and just seeing the culture and how much they care about each other and the intensity in the lift and everything. Like, I've never seen a culture like that before, and it was a perfect fit for me and somewhere that I want to be at every single day and go to work with those guys every day.
So my question for you is, when did you know Michigan? When were you like, whether you were like laying in bed or just thinking about it over time, when were you like, all right, Michigan's home? Like, when did that hit you?
I think, honestly, like that Saturday night of that visit, when I got back to the hotel room and I laid down and I was just thinking about everything, I was like, I can't say no to this. Yeah. And I think I took a couple of weeks, had one or two more visits after that, and then sat down at the beginning of February. And I would say there were some, like, I was being a little hesitant, I guess, just worried that I need to think it out a little more. And then just the more I prayed about it and the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, this is right. This is where I need to be at.
Yeah, one of the things you shared with us behind the scenes is you were kind of ready to get the recruiting process over with. I mean, so, a lot of us, we don't get the opportunity to be a blue chip athlete or, a bunch of scholarships, a bunch of teams courting us. What is that process like? Is it tiring? Is it stressful? Let the fan base kind of know what that's like for a young athlete like yourself.
Yeah, it's a very crazy process. And for me, like, I started taking visits the spring of my 8th grade year and got my first offer from Penn State the day after my very first varsity start, my freshman year. And so I got started really early, and like, obviously coaches aren't supposed to call you until whenever that date is this summer. I mean, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but coaches don't follow that rule. And
no way.
Yeah,
we're shocked. We're so shocked right now. Yeah.
But I would say when that date came around and they were able to call me and text me, like, it picked up a lot. And it just got really, really crazy. Like, through the season, I think after my first few junior games, coaches watched my tape and my phone started really blowing up. And then, like, around January, when all the coaches were coming through and everything, and I was letting people know I was getting ready to make a decision, like, it started really amping up. And I think by a few weeks before my actual commitment date, I was like, yeah, I'm tired of this. Like, I was ready to be a kid again. And now I have to answer 4 or 5 phone calls a night and spend my entire day responding to text messages and everything. And wanted to have, like, my spring and summer where I didn't have to take visits the whole time. And I was actually able to go do stuff and spend time with family and everything like that.
Definitely makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So with that said, we do have one. I think this is great. So Elisha, who's a regular here at Michigan Wolverines Live, Boog from Open Season, 900-pound grizzly bear, is what Elisha is comparing you to. So that's
awesome.
Hey, that's because on 247 it was 293. So I don't know about 900, but you're definitely gonna win some battles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about 305 right now. 247 has updated me in a minute, but
yeah, we're slacking.
Slacking.
So
cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what's your relationship going with Michigan coaching staff? Like, what coaches do you feel you have the best relationship with?
Oh, that's great. I mean, I feel like I have an amazing relationship with so many of those guys. Like Coach Newsom, obviously, I probably talk to him almost every day on the phone, and it's just incredible. Like, I feel like I can go to him about anything and just talk to him like a normal person, not like he's a coach that's relying on me to save his job and I'm a player relying on him to save my job. Like, it feels like we truly care about each other, and it's really special, I think. But there's a lot of other guys. I would say Jack Dunaway is a big one. Big reason I even committed to Michigan. just because he's been so honest with me throughout this whole process, and like he's just someone I really respect throughout everything. Because you go through this process, and there's a lot of people that just tell you things and tell you stuff to make you feel good and everything, but he's one of the most honest people that I've ever talked to throughout it, and I mean that's a really great relationship I have. And then obviously Coach Moore is a great one. I just love what he does with offensive line, and just spoke with him earlier today. Actually, he's just calling, checking up on me, everything like that. He truly cares about his players.
That's awesome.
Cool. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's that's what we've. I mean that's only something we've heard right
Mhm.
from some of these interviews that we've done is more than anything else the people, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
the staff, and I love the fact that he's been just checking up and seeing how you're doing and all that, because that can really go a long way.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So we talked about staff and we've talked about some influences, but who are maybe some of the players or some of the other players that that you are kind of resonating with and connecting with at Michigan that you've maybe talked to so far?
A big one is Avery Gash, and he's another big reason I even committed, just because that visit, that Friday night, just talking to him so much and hanging out with him, like it literally feels like we're the exact same person, like same hobbies, think the same way, play the same way, everything like that. But he's not the only one. Like Eli Owens, the tight end, is another one. We hung out with him. He's really, really cool.
Yeah, he's a big recruiter.
Yes, sir. And there's a lot of other ones. I mean, it's a team full of great guys and guys that I want to be around.
Definitely.
Nice.
So, obviously it's still early in the recruiting process. It's only early March. Who are some of the guys that you're kind of recruiting on the side or trying to get to Michigan?
There's a decent amount. Like Coach Newsom actually sent me probably 8 or 9 phone numbers today that I've been hitting up.
Nice.
So I put on my recruiting cap. A few of them, like obviously I know Jackson Cantwell. We're trying to get him. Felix Ojo's another one we really want. And then interior wise, Darius Gray and Brett Collegier are two of my guys. I've gotten to know them really well through this process. I like them a lot, and I'd love to get them over to Ann Arbor.
Very nice.
That is awesome. They're getting you involved early, which is always great. So this actually is a great starter question here. So Elisha is asking, and I think this relates to our next question, but Elisha is asking, throwing another super chat here. And this is, I'd say this would count as a goal. So how many Buckeyes are you planning to permanently plant and to become a yard line on the field?
As many as possible. I mean, that's the goal. Every single play, the goal is to do that.
There we go. There is no limit.
The limit does not exist.
Exactly.
Ryan Hall, nice. Just saying, Bear with the 50 burger. That is so cool. We got Ryan here, major contributor. Well, that's one goal. We know that goal with the Buckeyes. But in general, what are some of maybe your ultimate goals that you'd like to accomplish at the University of Michigan?
We're gonna win a national championship. That's number one. That's the standard in Ann Arbor, and that's my goal, is to bring a national championship to Michigan. Another big one is the Joe Moore Award. Whenever I was a freshman in high school, I came up and visited Michigan for the first time, and that was the trophy sitting in their weight room. It was the coolest trophy I've ever seen. So that was my goal wherever I go to college, is national championship and Joe Moore Award. But I think Michigan, that's the standard, and anything less than that will be a disappointment and a failure on my part.
Absolutely. And you know what I loved is we are going to win a national championship. I love that. Without question, the standard in Michigan. Sharon Moore setting that standard. We talked about that a lot. Very excited for that. So we do have a final thoughts question here, Bear, but I wanted to ask you a question. Did you see the Michigan State scrum over the weekend?
I did not see it. I saw a few clips and stuff on Twitter, but I didn't see it live or anything.
Well, yeah, fair enough. So, just wanted to let you know the rivalries are pretty intense here in Michigan. That's one of the things, you're going to get into. You just wanted to see if you noticed that at all. But Bear, what else would you like to share to the Michigan community? What else would you like to let them know about you? And then is there any charities you would like to promote for everybody?
That's what I was going to say. I think I really want everyone to know about my adoption foundation. I've got 2 younger sisters that we've adopted, and that just kind of changed my whole perspective on life. Like, we adopted them when I was a lot younger. And, going through this football process, me and my dad had always talked about like doing something bigger than myself, or just trying to make more of just being a good football player. And adoption is something that just always been big to me. And so I've actually opened up a nonprofit organization that there's the shirts. You can go buy shirts, and you can donate money, and all of that goes directly to the foundation. And it's opened up for families that want to adopt, but just might not be financially able to. They can come to us. We can help them out in that department. Just because it's a big thing to me, and I think more people need to be aware of it. And like, I think if you want to adopt someone and help someone out, money should never be the issue. So this is something that I've put in a lot of work in, and had a lot of great people helping me. And it's just something I like people to know about. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So community, you heard it. Check out the Brother Bear Foundation. Let's support it. Let's show our love to it. And man, the story's amazing, by the way. So
Thank you.
really happy to help you out with that. And again, we've already told you, you have an extended invitation. You ever want to promote this? You have any, or if you're doing any, promotional work, charity work, you let us know. We'll help you out with that to the best of our ability.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, Bear. We'll continue encouraging people through the show to follow you on X, to hit up the foundation and everything else, and just know you're always welcome back. You're a friend of the program now, and we're really glad you could make some time for us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Hold on, Bear. We got one more super chat.
Oh,
I guess.
So we got Russell here.
Russell, yeah, we got it. So we kind of touched on this with Sharon Moore, checking in the other day, but Russell is asking, do you like a lot of contact from the coaches, or can it be too much sometimes?
It is a lot, but I say I can't complain, because it's what I dreamed of, being in this position my entire life and what I've been working for. So I would say, like, through January and February, there was a couple of days where I just, I wanted to throw my phone across the room and never pick it up again. But I can't complain, just because I know how lucky and blessed I am to be in the situation, and this is what I've always wanted.
Absolutely. And John, I want to share, I'm going to share his Twitter here, so everybody, so here's his Twitter, guys. Give him a follow. Let's support our guy here. He's one of us. So, he's got the foundation here as well. You guys want to check it out. Man. Happy to have you on the show, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
All right, Bear. Have a good one, buddy.
All right. Go Blue, Bear.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Awesome. All right. So that was really, really cool. And yeah, definitely check him out. Check the foundation out. Jackson encouraging everybody to help Bear get to 10,000 followers.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Another great interview. I mean, excited to have him a part of the Michigan community. Well, part of Michigan, man, just period, So excellent kid there. Head's in the right place. Really interesting to get his perspective on the recruiting process and the frustrations with it, as well as appreciation with it, because so many people get that opportunity. And yeah, I mean, really, really happy to have him on. And like we said, man, we'll definitely support any charity that these guys want to, get out there. So if you guys can, please support it. I think it's a great charity. I'm actually going to look to buy a t-shirt myself. Yeah, man, excellent job, and hope to have him on again in the future.
For sure. We're building a friends of the channel group now, with some of the interviews, and some of the people we have interviewed may come back in the future. So we're very excited for that. This one, Minnesota Dave, I did save this one for after, because I just felt like, this is more a post interview question, but Minnesota Dave is asking, did Minnesota take a quarterback from Michigan? A lot of posts on social media about it. I just don't trust social media.
So the only quarterback that I know that's kind of trending to another school is Brady Smeagol's trending to Washington right now. That's the only thing I'm kind of aware of. I'm not aware of anyone going to Minnesota. But it could be off my radar. I've been busy all day. I've been busy, so I've kind of not been on social media a lot. So it's possible something occurred today that I didn't see. But the only thing I'm aware of is Brady Smeagol is currently trending in Washington. So we'll see how that one goes.
Well, thanks Minnesota Dave for the super chat though.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I find anything in the meantime. I'll let you know, but I don't see anything.
Okay, all right. Well, fantastic, and we do want to obviously, as always, encourage everybody. A couple of things here. We got our YouTube memberships here at the Voice of College Football. So literally just $2.99. You can be a YouTube member here, and we have tiers to access our members only streams. That's the $4.99 tier, which is the Those Who Stay tier, and then of course we have the $9.99 Connor Stallions espionage tier, and we do have a couple of suggestions already from our last post that we did. And anytime, every so often, whenever I can get to it, I'll send out a Connor Stallions post of just, hey y'all, you know, what topics, what projects, what things do you want to see on our network, on our channel, and we're happy to make some of those happen. So there was one about I believe a draft board and kind of a sample draft board, and we are getting close to the draft. So
like a mock draft, I think they were saying.
Yeah. Mock draft. So very cool, and keep the ideas flowing to all those who are Connor Stallions.
I believe GT suggested that one. I haven't seen GT in a while though. Hopefully he's doing all right.
Yeah, GT. It looks like. Well, hopefully he comes by.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But he's around. I know he's around. So we also do want to encourage everybody to partner with the Voice of College Football. You can email sponsorships at vocfb.com. Whether you have a business, whether you have a product, a service, or a personal brand, any of those, Voice of College Football can help you. So go ahead and email sponsorships at vocfb.com, where our team is ready to help you out and figure out a great place to include you for a sponsorship. All right. So I know, TJ, that there's not a ton of recruiting news. I think you said you might have one or two updates on the recruiting side.
There's what's crazy is, we're talking, it's March 11th, and it's about as slow as it's been all year, which is wild because obviously February is the dead period. But really the only updates I have are, Brady Smeagol is currently trending to Washington, which is interesting because obviously he was one of the 2026 quarterbacks that Michigan was after. And then the other one, this is kind of big news though, is Malachi Lee, another major offensive lineman that Michigan's been pursuing for a while and has a crystal ball for by 247. I believe Steve Lorenz has put one in. Although there's a belief he's trending to USC, but he's currently good. He's going to be visiting. This is interesting, though. He's going to be visiting for a multi-day visit from March 17th to March 19th. And one thing that I've noticed this year, a lot of multi-day unofficial visits, which makes me wonder. I'm kind of wondering how, is there some assisting going on here? There's a lot of multi-day visits, which is not this common. So. And what I mean by assisting, I mean financially. But regardless, who knows? I'm not. I won't ask questions. But at the end of the day, it seems interesting to me. But word is Malachi Lee was training USC, but to get him back on campus, Michigan can get momentum back in their favor. So we'll see where that goes. I know there's a lot of confidence on the 247 side about Michigan. At least from the Michigan Insider side of things. But we'll just have to watch and see. But other than that, there's just not a lot going on. I think what's happening is a lot of visits are about to occur. So right now it's kind of a standstill. And we're not really there's not going to be much movement until visits occur, unless you're like Clemson, who seems to be buying everybody right now. But, it's just kind of where we are right now in the recruiting game.
Hey, they've come a long way from when Dabo was like, hey, the only name, image, and likeness we have is God's name, image, and likeness. That's the only name, image, and likeness we do. Well, now it sounds like they're starting to dip into the cash side of the name, image, and likeness a little bit.
Yes, yeah, there's no doubt Clemson's evolved their approach. I mean, it's a different animal right now. I do want to give a shout out to Dorian right now. Disrespectful. She's going to go watch Garrison's show. Shame on me for bringing Garrison on this network. I'm just kidding. Damn it, Dorian. We gotta work hard. We gotta get her up for the spring game, and we gotta get her to transfer. Her daughters don't go to Ohio State anymore. It's time. She needs to grad transfer to Michigan. It's time for her to grad transfer as a fan. All right, Doreen, you can't be going to a Garrison show. That's Garrison show, our show. Come on.
Says the ops manager for the whole network.
I
might have some favorites.
But anyways, all right, you're coming to the spring game. You have a visit scheduled April, was it 19th? We're looking to get your transfer papers, so we're looking forward to that, Doreen.
Doreen is going to try to come, and
you have to if you have to. Now
it's going to be a great time.
I'll DM you, Doreen. I have a thought. We'll DM. We'll talk.
TJ has a thought.
So we won't name no names, but you're aware of. Apparently we banned somebody. So if you want to get back at them, I know how we can do it, Dorian. I know we can get back at some of these people, Dorian. I have an idea, but we'll talk.
All right. Minnesota Dave is back with another $5 here. Speaking of NIL, I never thought in my life I would see a student athlete drive a Ferrari.
Well, I mean, in truth though, Dave, listen, kids been getting cars since the 80s. I mean, it's how SMU kind of got busted because they were very vocal, or not vocal, but very public about what they were doing. Like, and not necessarily saying, hey, we're buying kids cars, but all their players had these, like, was it Firebirds and whatever, So, I mean, it's kind of been happening. Now, Ferrari, it's next level. I mean, like, look, it's next level now. I mean, you got Lambos.
Absolutely, Lambos in the parking lots.
Yeah, what was it? One kid got a Bugatti or something crazy. Maybe it wasn't a Bugatti, but like some expensive ass car, part of his NIL deal. Yeah, it's. I mean, look, it's pretty crazy right now, and it's not going to change for a while until there's a collective bargaining agreement, which is years away, by the way.
Hey, that's just where we're at now, in the NIL game.
So I didn't name any names, but Doreen has named some names. So if anyone's interested, check the comments.
Yeah. I still cannot find
I don't even know.
Whoever was supposedly banned. I haven't found them yet, so I don't know. I think there might be some BS going on.
We banned somebody, but I'll be real. I have no idea. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, respectfully, like, I mean this respectfully. This isn't like a shot at them. I don't even know who they are, bro. Like, and it's not like a shot at them. Like, it's not that I don't know who they are because they're small or anything. It's like it's not in my circumference, man. So I had no idea. At the end of the day, but apparently we came up on so if anyone wants to know the backstory, we came up on a podcast. Yeah. Our names were not used, but our show was kind of talked about. So long story short, I watched it and I was like, bro, I don't even know. I have no idea how you were banned. I don't know what's going on. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Just to be very clear, we very rarely ban people. Heck, we try to not even time anybody out.
I'm not even a fan of banning people, dude. I think as long as you don't troll, you can talk shit. Where we talk shit.
Yeah.
I don't see Steve tonight, but Steve's constantly talking shit to me. He actually posted on my Twitter today some shit. I don't take it personal. It's all love.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as long as literally we let 99.9% of stuff through, and it's really only the people who are just skewering us all over all over the internet and doing just crazy out of pocket shit that we're gonna ban. But that's a couple of people out of the entire internet, so your Buckeyes are welcome here. Penn State fans are welcome here. Bama fans, we've got here. Buckeyes are moderators. right? We've got Alabama fan moderators. We
Yeah,
have,
true.
it's not
True.
just Michigan fans here. It's a whole community of football fans that like to talk ball, and we might be rivals, but guess what? We just have a good time. And I mean, hopefully we'll get to see Doreen specifically at the spring game. That'd
Doreen
be very
is
cool.
taking shots, bro. She is unloading the clip right now.
I love
She's
it.
unloading-
I love it. She is bringing the receipts
Bro,
right now.
I'm telling you, transfer. Listen, the biggest FU you can give those guys is a transfer to Michigan fandom.
Yeah.
That's the biggest FU you can give them.
For sure. Well, we are at that point where we are going to go through. We are in our way too early series, and yes, I agree with you, Doreen, on the latest one you just put. We are going through right now the way too early position group series, and we are officially on linebackers now, and of course we've got to start with the Mike linebacker, and one of my favorite. He has become now one of my favorite overall players in the entire football team, and that's Ernest Hausman. Came from Nebraska a few years back, and he has just become an absolute unit in on defense. I would argue one of the key reasons that Michigan won some of those games over the, obviously with the one of the worst passing offenses in the country aside from service academies, the defense had to step up. And Ernest Hausman has earned, I think he has cemented more than many. He has cemented his start in this position, TJ. What's your take on Ernest Hausman and what he's brought to Michigan football?
All Big Ten level caliber player. When he first got here his first year, he transitioned well, was a very good depth piece, had a lot of rotation. And then early this year, there was some question marks like, what is going on? We see some missed tackles, we see some missed assignments, we see some blown running lanes. Like he's not filling gaps properly. He's getting lost in coverage. Like it was just, but we we watch, as the season progressed, we saw no. There was an acclimation phase with Wink Martindale's defense. And then once they got it and Wink Martindale made some adjustments, boom, Ernest Hausman, we're going to talk about Jay Sean Barnum in a bit. They dominated. They literally dominated on the field, heat-seeking missiles. They got comfortable. It seemed like the play slowed down. I anticipate personally an all Big Ten, first team, all Big Ten level year from Ernest Hausman next year. I really do. I think they're going to just crush it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Ernest Hausman just got back, by the way. He was in Uganda, bringing clean water to villagers for spring break. That's so cool. So somebody who's kind of taking that Blake Corum mentality of kind of on and off the field, kind of helping people out. So very cool. And yeah, just an incredible player. All Big Ten, as you said, honorable mention, coaches and media, but really, just like 89 tackles is a lot of tackles, 2 sacks. We've got an interception in there. He is a great player, and here's his trip to Uganda here.
Yeah, so he has a foundation. He's a part of. It's Support 1 Million Wells. Again, another foundation if anyone wants to donate, 1millionwells.org. And he's honored to announce that he has accepted an invitation to become a partner with them. So that's cool. Again, though, just, doing great things, not only in Ann Arbor, but around the world, man.
Absolutely. So next up, we've got somebody who I'm excited to see what he's going to be capable of this year. And that's Cole Sullivan. Obviously did have a couple of appearances. He had the appearance versus Northwestern, where he did have 2 solo tackles. He had an assist in that game. So, and he was in 12 games on special teams, and I feel like that's notable as a freshman to have that bit of productivity there. And I feel like he is gonna have some more time, given how Wink Martindale likes to rotate players in and out. I think Cole will get his opportunities in this position.
Yeah, I mean, look, Cole Sullivan is a fan favorite ever since he became a commit at Michigan. Listen, we're talking heat-seeking missile. This kid's a heat-seeking missile. You know, there was some anticipation he would have a little bit larger of a role in his freshman year 2, and I think we can confidently say he will have a role. Very talented. All the reports out of like practice and camp and stuff like that over the past year, you know, he gets it. Like he's one of those players that understands it, gets it, has a good feel for the game, plays at the right speed. I anticipate Cole Sullivan to have a breakout year. Now, not all Big Ten caliber level, but I mean, like in his opportunity on the field, he's going to make plays. And you're going to know, after Ernest Hausman, Cole Sullivan is going to step right in and either play similarly or elevate the position. I mean, like, and that's saying a lot because I just said Ernest Hausman is going to be first team all Big Ten caliber level play next year. Yeah, we're healthy. I mean, we are very healthy for the future. It's a great position, you know, and I know we're going to talk about the rest of the depth here. You know, Jaden Hood, obviously a veteran who's been around for a little while, John, you know, just adds depth. And then you got Jason Hewlett, who's a bit of a developmental project. And then a player that we don't have mentioned, who is on the middle linebacker, is the big recruit of last season at the linebacker position, Nathan Owasu Boateng. So we're talking loaded here, man. Like the middle linebacker position is in a very healthy, good spot. Brian Jean-Marie, this is, you know, he's heading this group, and we're going to find out another 2026 year what they do here. You know, word is out of Ann Arbor that they're looking to like really stack this linebacker room because, you know, last class they only got Chase Taylor and Nathan Owasu Boateng. This year they're looking to hit some even more home runs. So yeah, very excited for what's going on here. Very happy in the long-term outlook of this position.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, how could you Nathaniel Owasu Boateng, what a huge get that was from a recruiting perspective. So excited to see what he can do. And before we get to the Will linebacker, we do have a first time viewer. So Gage Warren, this is a tradition we do at Voice of College Football. We're going to do it here. Welcome to the Voice of College Football. Gage, thank you so much for being here. We always appreciate our first-time viewers, and I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you stick around and you watch some more episodes. If you like what you hear.
Absolutely. And if there's any other first-time viewers or first-time commenters, go for it, man. We love seeing the different faces in the community. It means a lot. I'm glad to have you here, man. Enjoy. Have a seat. You know, looking forward to seeing you more in the future.
For sure. So you mentioned it earlier, and we are going to obviously start with this player, Jay-Sean Barham, who another player that just has kind of blown up and really would love to see him have a breakout year playing complementary football with the hopefully improved offense. He's somebody who in the Michigan State game absolutely balled out with 9 tackles, 7 solo tackles. So that was really good. He did have all 13 games a start, 66 tackles, and 2 pass breakups. And he was an academic all Big Ten honoree. So not only is he working on it on the field, but he's taking care of business off the field also. Jay-Sean Barham, what are you excited about for him coming back?
Domination, John. He played at such an elite level last year. He could have maybe went to the NFL. Maybe, you know, they thought about moving him to Sam position. He doesn't want to quite make that transition because it'll be his first year. But shoot, man, you know, he's going to be back at weak side, the will position. I anticipate Ernest Hausman and Jay-Sean Barham to honestly dominate. And that's not like, look, we saw it mid-year, October onward, better and better and better and faster and quicker and strong. Like, dude, they just, I'm excited. It could be the best linebacker duo we've had in a while. And I know we've had some good linebackers like Devin Bushes of the world, but like a duo like this, I don't know, man. When was the last time we had two all Big Ten level first team? Junior Colson, Michael Bear was a pretty good duo, but I really believe this might be an elevated level of play here. And I'm excited about it. This is one of Wink Martindale talks about it. If anyone listened to his interview he did about a couple weeks ago, he's anticipating an elite defense next year. These dudes are going to be, the core, the anchor of this defense. The middle of this defense. They're going to be shutting the running game down, being in the pass game. Yeah, domination is my word for Jayshon Barham.
Yeah, credited with 5 stops at Ohio State. So just one of the players that when people are like, oh well, it was just Ryan Day's terrible decision making. Well, yeah, that's part of it, but the defense played out of their minds in that game, and we can't forget that either. And Jayshon Barham was absolutely a part of that.
No doubt. And it's again, and great to have him back. Glad to have him back, and looking forward to another strong year.
For sure. And then rounding it out for number 2 position, you got Jimmy Rolder, who did have a couple of games here in the non-con that he had some career highs. 5 tackles against Arkansas State, including 3 of them as solo tackles. A tackle for loss against Fresno State. And so 26 total tackles. It's pretty strong for somebody who obviously he's appeared, but he's not really taken a starting position. So what do you expect from Jimmy Rolder, and is he going to maybe elevate his game a little bit, do you think?
As long as he stays healthy, I anticipate an impact player, a player who can produce in a depth position, getting the opportunity to potentially take the torch for next year. Jimmy Rolder is a player who's actually had his moments, had some bright spots in his game. Consistency is a thing for him, but also remaining healthy is a thing for him. Great athlete. We all know he has great times. Former baseball prospect. Just again, quality depth. The linebacker position's in a very healthy position, both at the Mike and the Will. Our 2 deep, Ernest Hausman, Jayshon Barham, Cole Sullivan, and Jimmy Rolder. Hey, it's good. Like, there's no concern here. We're in a great position. Looking forward to watching these guys take the field. And then if we're going to hit on some more of this depth here, John, yes. Troy Bowles is the big one.
Former Georgia linebacker switched to Michigan.
Big time recruit coming out of high school. The son of was Todd Bowles of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach. Look, his word is it's playing time. It's playing time and opportunity. He's going to get that here, right? He's going to get development. He's going to get strength and conditioning, all that. Not that you don't get it at Georgia, but you can get when you go to schools like Georgia or Alabama or even Ohio State. Like, there's a depth. Listen, there's a lot of depth at some of these positions. Like look at Jameson Williams, who transferred from Ohio State and went to Alabama, right? Like, there's a lot of quality depth in some of these programs when they don't get the opportunity. But we'll see if Todd Bowles can crack some of the 2 deep or get some rotation, maybe some special team snaps. We'll see. But an extremely highly rated player come out of high school. We'll see what he can do at Michigan.
Yeah, Troy Bowles, obviously. Yeah. You had Todd Bowles, who's now the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there's a lineage there, football lineage, for sure. And finally, Chase Taylor. So this is somebody, somebody who Brian Jean-Marie was able to acquire, and 3-star linebacker, but highly recruited player, and someone who hails from Georgia. So he is. We have him at the 4 position right now for the Will.
Yeah, and I'm high on Chase. I'm high. Someone's gonna clip that. I'm high on Chase Taylor, man. Like, I like coming out of high school. He was one of my favorite recruits coming out of high school. I think he's underrated. I know the Michigan staff actually believes a lot in him. They think he can play all over the field. I think there's a lot of potential here, but that's the type of kid who's going to need 2 to 3 years of development. And then you may see him, get on the field. Not even may. I expect you will see him get on the field. And we'll see what level of play he can get to. But I think his huddle film is really good. I see a blue chip player. I know he was rated as a 3-star, but at the end of the day, man, I think, again, our linebacker room core great position for the future, for the present. And let's see what they do for 2026. I know we're doing like the depth chart, but if we're looking at the true longevity of the position, let's see if they hit some home runs. But we're in a good spot right now. Brian Jean-Marie has it in a healthy spot. But let's see what, let's hope they can just maintain it and keep building it.
Yep. And definitely we'll continue on next time around with the rest of the defense, but we do want to tackle the Michigan State scrum that happened. So we did ask Bear kind of his take, and it's another example of the rivalry is alive and well, and little brother doing little brother things. But tell me, give us your take on what happened.
Yeah, so this is such an interesting scenario here because I'm going to tell you right now, the Buckeye support on this shit, like the way these fan bases support each other against us is hilarious, bro. Like I'll give my initial thought on the whole scenario because I actually think this is an interesting, data point in the rivalry. But I just want to like hit on. I will name no names, but there was an individual I kind of got into it with a little bit on social media. We didn't really get into it, but there was some back and forth. And like the defensive posturing and like always playing the victim and like always like acting like, all right, at the end of the day, here, all right, let me just give my take and I'll kind of go in on more on that. Like, look, I don't think what Michigan did caused that fight. I think, was it Holloway? Was a player. I got it right here. The Michigan State guard. I got it right here. Let's see. So his name was right here. Holloman, not Holloway.
Holloman. Okay? Trey Holloman.
Yeah, Trey Holloman walked to Kason and Pippen, who, yes, were at the middle of the floor during the game with 30 seconds left. Now, I understand there's a tradition of kissing the floor, but there was a player who kissed the floor before Holloman stepped to LJ Kason and Pippen, right? That happened. Now, I don't have a problem with the way Michigan State handled it. It's their court, their tradition. I do not take offense. I'm not bothered by it. If I was a Michigan State fan, I'd be very happy with how that was handled. Now, coming from a Michigan perspective, we didn't start that shit. Like, I don't care that the scuffle went down. It does not bother me. I enjoy the rivalry, fire and passion. And I know some people are, oh, well, it's getting toxic. Shut up. Okay? Like, it's been toxic. It's been toxic before you knew it. It's just now there's more cameras everywhere and things are more public and all that. It's been nasty. And like, I have no problem with how Michigan State handled it. And I have no issue with what Michigan did. Okay? It's just rivalry bullshit. And like, I'm not defensive. I'm not playing a victim. I know we stood at the middle of the court, right? And I have no problem with how it all transpired. But what's funny to me is you have these fans, these Buckeyes, these Sparties who like want to get so fucking emotional, bro, over every damn thing. And then you guys want to act like it's fucking us. Fuck it, I'll just say it. JR, fuck it, I'll say it. I got into it with JR, bro. And JR is like, you got the November situation, or he quote tweets something from, I think it was Big Ten shit. One of these like Twitter accounts, Big Ten something, I don't know. Don't care. But essentially this Big Ten account's like, oh, you guys got the November situation, you got the tunnel situation, you got the Wisconsin, he wants to bring up the Wisconsin handshake line. And I'm like, okay, look, man. First of all, tunnel situation. No one told anyone to use helmets to hit a dude, okay? Like, no one told anyone to jump somebody, bro. Like, one-on-one is one thing. Jumping dudes, all right. That's a bit crossing the line there, bro, okay? And then we want to talk about November. Take your fucking L. And if you don't want us to plant a flag, win.
Win the game.
Period. You stepped to us. We were at the middle of your field, and you came to us. And I'm talking about the November football game. Now we have, and then the Wisconsin handshake shit, fine. Look, listen, we handled it poorly. Juwan Howard slapping coaches, all that. Listen, no. Okay, look, we will take, in my opinion, I speak for me as a Michigan fan, Yeah, all right, that was on us. Wasn't handled the best. But all these other events, tunnel, planting the flag, and then this shit this Sunday, they came to us, bro. And guess what? I don't give a shit. I'm not crying about it. I don't even care. I like it. I like it. I want more of it. I like that stuff. So I just think it's hilarious that the rival fan bases want to be like, oh, you're playing victim. You can't ever take accountability. Bro, you fucking stepped to us. We were standing at the middle of the court with 30 seconds left. Your guy started the problem. We didn't do anything. And your guy didn't need to step to us. Your guy touched us first. Your guy pushed us. And prior to the occasion one down, and John, I'll let you hit it next.
Yeah.
Pause. But like, dude, their dude kissed the damn floor. There's, that's a big ass logo, bro. That's a big logo. You can kiss it anywhere. That dirty, sweaty ass floor that your little brother ass school wants to kiss, because that's the little bottom feeder school that you are. You do little bottom feeder things, right? Kissing the floor with all that. Like, you know what I was thinking about?
Yeah, it's such an odd thing. Look, you do you guys. Whatever floats your boat, man.
Because Jalen Rose rubbed his ass on the logo, you kiss it? Bro, players go to the bathroom in the restroom and go on that floor and you're kissing it? Bottom feeder shit, bro. That's little brother energy, man. So anyways, long story short, I don't care. I don't even take it personal. I enjoy the conflict. So it is what it is. John, you can let people know how you feel, but like, my last thing, the way the rivals team up against us is fucking hilarious. Like, and to be honest, it's projection and it's weakness, it's softness. And at the end of the day, you guys look like fucking jokes, bro. Like, stop being a bitch. You can't win if you can't. Like, we lost the game. They beat us, and we got to own that. Period. Yep. But you came to us to start that scuffle, man. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't even care. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm fine with how Michigan State handled it. I would have, if I was like, I think they handled it fine. I thought what we did was not an issue. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's just how it goes. I don't know how you feel about John, because we haven't really talked about it. But again, these rivals, stop being soft ass bitches. Okay, man the fuck up. Take your L's. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you see the difference between championship programs and wannabe programs by how they act, and you see this consistently. As far as what happened, I don't care. I'm good with it. Again, like you said, we lost, and it is what it is. But there's an overall kind of air to all of this, which is things like when the flag plant attempt happened, and then they tried to pass a law in Ohio saying it's a felony to plant the flag. I mean, they're gonna have that just solidified for like a decade at least that your program is soft as shit. When you're trying to pass legislation to say this is a felony, that's a step beyond, right? So I think this is the way I feel. If you win the game, you have the right to talk shit. If you win the game, you have the right to do whatever you want to do to showcase that, and that's what it is.
Exactly. And you know damn well, dude, when Ohio State wins in Ann Arbor, they're going to plant that flag. And you know what? You fucking earned it. You earned it, because you should. And I'll tell you right now, if the NCAA ever takes away planting flags, that's disgusting. There's nothing wrong with that. You win, you earned it. You don't want them to do it, then win the damn game, bro. That's kind of where I'm at with it. And then our good friend Doreen, who we love, made a comment that they didn't plant the flag. Now, I've seen this theory, John. I have seen this theory by some Buckeyes before. But we're going to settle this right now, John. And I want the audience to tell me what they see. Did we or did we not plant that flag? You tell me. Oh, don't freeze on me. Don't you freeze on me, YouTube, or Twitter. Right? Oh, plant. Bring the motherfucking ruckus, bro. bring the fucking ruckus. So yeah, we planted that flag. Okay, end of discussion. There's no more. Anyone says we didn't plant the flag, clip that. We planted that flag.
Yeah, if that isn't a flag plant, there hasn't been a flag plant.
Yeah,
because every flag plant looks like that. Going all the way back to when the great Baker Mayfield planted the flag in Columbus when they took it to Columbus, when they took it to the Buckeyes back in 2017. They look like that. It's field turf. Like, let's get over it. It's a flag plant, and I'm so happy that they did it. We do, TJ. We have a couple of super chats on this. So Ryan Hall contributing another 5 here. Thank you so much. Who was the first to speak on Goblins Tech? The pushing was going the other way. Is Goblins Tech supposed to be Michigan State, or who? What?
I don't know. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know what you need to say. The first to speak, I don't even know. I apologize, Ryan. I'm missing it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? Fuck Michigan State, anyways.
Goldeen's technical.
Vlad Golden. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Golden's Tech. Right. So Vlad Golden's Tech. Michigan took it. MSU hated it. So I will be fully transparent. I kind of turned the game off when it got a little out of hand. So I didn't even watch the second half. And I didn't even see the scuffle live. I got the reaction to it, and I was just like, and then I got into it. So I essentially made a post like my post was simple. I wasn't blaming anybody, bro. My post was laugh my ass off anyone who wants to say we started it. When they stepped to us, we didn't start anything. We just stood there with 30 seconds to go in the game. You caused the conflict. We were there. You elevated it. All right. It is what it is, So, but yeah, that game got out of hand quick. Michigan State beat us twice. They fucking look. And I'll be real with you. Listen, I talk on Twitter. I'll talk some shit, and I'll have some fun with it. But at the end of the day, guess what? The Sparty's little brother, you got bragging rights right now in basketball. You do. And you can talk shit. And guess what? Nothing we can do about it. We got to win next year. That's on us. So it is what it is, man. I'm a big believer in let your team kind of talk for you. And if your team pulls it off, then you have every right to talk shit. And, obviously there's a line you can always cross. But at the end of the day, but if your team's taking L's, then you're taking L's as a fan. It is what it is, man. That's why the whole timeline shit, 20 years, football was only played in 20 years. Or it's all right, what about the 20 years before that? Does anyone want to talk about 1976 all the way to 2002? No one wants to talk about that. No. Well, House only got 6 wins or whatever it was. Come
on. GT adding on to this. What did we do to deserve such rivals?
We
won games.
GT, with great power comes great responsibility. And you get the little brothers and the little sons. One of the things that I think we really need to start quoting is we obviously have little brother Michigan State. To me, we're Ohio State's father. We taught them everything they know. Everything they know. Football, Script Ohio. We're their dad, bro. We own the rivalry. We own all the streaks, most of the records, for the most of it. That's our son. So that's son energy. They got little son energy down in Buckeye and in Columbus, and they got little brother energy in Lansing. And it's okay, because when you are leaders and best, you blaze the trail, you set the standard. And that's why we have the most wins in college football, because we are the University of Michigan.
Absolutely. Go Blue all the way. Speaking of people who are go Blue all the way, how about the New Life here? He is just gifted 5 Those Who Stay Will Be Champions memberships to Murda Mitten TV Clips. Okay. Easy E, Jesse Leon, Desmond, and Easy E's here.
Live. Let's go.
He's back from the dead, and he's here. Jesse Leon, Desmond, and Go Blue 1084. All 5 of you hit refresh on YouTube, and you can enjoy all of the emojis that we have, and you'll get access to our monthly member hangout as well. So enjoy all of those perks. Thank you, New Life, for doing that. and being part of what we do here. All right. With all that said, I think we are at time here, and we obviously have multiple live shows that we do. TJ, are we or can we anticipate a Thursday call-in show this week?
Yes, we will be here Thursday, 8 p.m. doing the damn thing. Spring ball is near. And yeah, we have a good time just talking ball and doing it. We did get to our extra bonus hour last week, thanks to the community, by the way. Shout out to the community, because the community really does pull through, and appreciate it. Because what's funny, and another incident today where, I'll be just talking, like, what do you do? Like, well, I do a podcast, like what, and they're like, oh yeah, like, and they're like, yeah, like, and we kind of talk about it. I'm like, yeah, like we got this like crazy community, and like it's just epic, and it's because of you guys. So like I am proud to speak on what we have all built, and it's just appreciate it. You guys came through, and if you guys were a part of the call-in show Thursday, like everyone just rallied, man. In terms of like the financial contribution to us, we appreciate that, and it's not even just that. And just let me stress, it's not even just financial contribution. It is the viewership, the engagement, just being a part of it, liking, sharing, commenting, or even just watching and not doing anything. We appreciate it, every single one of you. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. We had someone here. I missed the comment now, but just someone saying, hey, we're from Texas and we like watching the show. So
yes. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you in Texas. Like, that's another thing that's very cool, man. Our reach, right? We have a national reach. We have a global reach. Like, we look at the analytics. We see people from other countries watching our stuff. Love it. Like, it's very cool. I think it's Singapore. There's a country listening to our audio. Like, maybe it's one dude watching listening to our stuff all day. I don't know, but
could be.
We got crazy analytics out of Singapore, so I don't know. It's just cool to see.
Hey, we'll take it. Anyone who wants to watch all over the world, we do appreciate it. How about Blue Wolverine coming through with 10?
Where does Blue Wolverine got banned? Where does Blue Wolverine got banned by one of those podcasts we were talking about?
Oh no.
Hey, Blue Wolverine, you always have a home with us, that, and F those guys, But yeah, shout out to Blue Wolverine, greatly appreciate it. 10 memberships is no joke. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Here we go. Do Dirt Diggs, Griffin Chimmy, Dougie Fresh, Stephen Carlock, Craig Goss, Elk 70, Josh Sherwood, LW, James LaFramboise, 301 Go Blue, Hail Mish 1. All 10 of you are now Those Who Stay Will Be Champions memberships for 30 days. So enjoy your emojis, everybody. And thanks to Blue Wolverine for making... Go ahead and throw the Blue Wolverine emoji in the chat.
Yeah, so apparently Blue Wolverine was defending Burks and got banned. Whatever. F those dudes, bro. Like, see, that's another thing, too. Like, I'm going to be... All right, so here's another thing I'm going to... Bro, I think banning people is some soft shit, bro. Like, you like, how thin-skinned are you? Like, sure, if you want to put someone at timeout because maybe they're trolling or it's excessive, whatever. But like another thing that's like wild to me on message boards. I'm in an event session now. I'm just gonna vent. When people are like, "Oh, block you, goodbye," like you're gonna block somebody and you're announcing it publicly as if it's a fucking dub. How about this, bro? If somebody you dislike and you're not, how about you just block them and keep them moving? But no, you wanna get some praise by the tribe and think it's some funny thing, so you want to take a shot at somebody. Like, it's just wild to me. Like, that's thin-skinned, low-character behavior, bro. Like, banning, blocking, soft shit. Now, there's a line though. Obviously, if somebody's crossing the line in terms of trolling or what am I looking for? Somebody who like a stalker, or if there's like a stalker scenario.
Yeah,
all right.
Oh, a stalker, huh?
Yeah, that's crossing the line, right? Like, that's crossing the line. There's levels to this shit. But like, typically, just because you're thin-skinned and you can't handle it, or someone gives an opinion that you disagree with, but you can't just, people are going to give opinions that you disagree with. It's okay. It's okay to be like, you know what? Not for me. But we're going to keep it moving. And you don't got to freaking get all offended or offended or get defensive about shit. Like, people got to like just take a breath and stop being so sensitive. Now, our community, I will say, is a little less sensitive to some of these other communities, but you see it everywhere. And I kind of want to just get that off my chest because I see it from time to time, and I'm just like, man, toughen the fuck up, guys. Like, quit being so soft sometimes. And I'm not even like, and by the way, I'm not calling out anyone in our community. It's really more about what I've seen recently in terms of from Ohio State Buckeyes, from and yeah, that other podcast, which we won't name. Wild, bro. I don't know. It's just wild to me, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like keep going, TJ. Just,
yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I mean, listen, I'm
Great.
somebody who some of you have seen. I've frequented the occasional Buckeye podcast in my day, and it's a good time. And some of them are very open and let Wolverines come. Menace is a great example of one that is very welcoming to the Michigan fan base and lets us chop it up with no issues, you know. And so I do think that those that, you know, where there's banning and stuff. Now I have had to on a few occasions, including somebody who mentioned that you know that you were one of the people that is in that small group that did break the rules enough times that we had to take that step. But hey, I'm also a believer in, hey, you've had a breather and maybe you can come back. But as long as you stick to the guidelines 1, 2, and 3, which is essentially no personal attacks at all. If you personally attack, I'll just send you back. Number 2 is no racism, sexism, politics. Number 3 is don't be a troll or a jerk. And I guess an extension of that is don't be stalking people on the internet. You know, it's I guess an extension of number 3.
Yeah, I mean, like that's my rules. Like, don't be a troll and don't stalk. Anything else, like, truthfully, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I like the shit talking. I don't mind good shit talking. I don't like, and if you win, you can shit talk. Like, that's just how it goes, man. So I don't know. It is what it is. That's how we do it here. But you know what, John? That's why we have a show. We have a channel. And, you know, that's what makes it fun too, is like, we can do it our way. You know, our community, however, you know, however anyone else does their whatever, we'll just observe it and maybe make fun of them from time to time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we've got some love in the chat from my lady. So Courtney's here. Courtney was watching tonight, so we appreciate. Marmar's been chatting. Yeah, she's awesome. And for Valentine's Day, made this flag plant, actually. So literally did this ceramic. It's over there. But you know, flag that with the Michigan flag, and then Ryan Day's tears. You might have seen it on X. So yeah, great lady. She's my girl, and always great when she's able to stop by the show, which is pretty often.
Yeah, I've been seeing her a lot. So shout out to you. Obviously, always welcome here. But yeah, no, I think you shared that gift on our membership only show.
Yes.
Epic gift, by the way. 10 points for you. Epic gift. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So thanks everybody again for being here. If you missed, because I know there were like 3 or 4 podcasts airing all at 8:00. Feel free to rewind and go back, because we spent the first 20-25 minutes talking with recent Michigan commit Bear McWhorter, offensive lineman, offensive tackle, 4-star, literally just committed like very recently. Everybody thought he was an Alabama commit, but he gave the reasons for why he decided to commit to Michigan. And I thought it was pretty fascinating to listen to that.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, another great interview. We've had a lot of good ones, man. So we're in the off season, guys. We're gonna work to do more of those along the way. Be on the lookout for that. And yeah, another great show, John.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll be watching Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for the next show. And until then, don't forget to follow us on X. So we've got at John Diadamo, at TJ_Ronin. Catch our takes on X as well. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for coming by, and we will see you next time. And until then, go blue. See you soon.
Go blue.